What's poppin', everyone? I'm here with the grand finale, finals of SPL Season 2 Draft League. It's been a fun ride. Let's go ahead and recap our journey real quick. We dominated the first 3 weeks, then we lost the next 3 weeks, and I was questioning if this team could make playoffs. Then we make playoffs because, of course, I am Emvee. I have to make playoffs. Can't miss a single playoffs. Then each game in playoffs were so incredibly close, coming down to the wire. Both 1-0 games in the quarterfinals and semifinals with 1 HP in the semifinals. Absolute peak entertainment. And now we're here, taking on Uzi, who, if I'm not mistaken, has gone undefeated since week 2, having lost the first week and then never losing again since then. With a team like his, I'm not really surprised. He has arguably the most broken team I've ever seen. And it should appear to your right, he's got Dragapult, Chiyu, Iron Treads, Azumarill. Like, those mons are crazy. Every single mon on his team is crazy. His Terra Captains, Galarian Articuno, and Rotom Fan. Very fantastic Pokemon overall. And I don't think a single member on his team has not put in work this season, so we definitely have our work cut out for us. His defensive mons can be offensive mons. His offensive mons can be defensive mons. And that's what I love about when I try to make my teams. I try to do stuff like that too. Have that nice role versatility. So I know what I'm up against. I know that we have an uphill battle just based on team preview. His team looks fantastic. So I decided to build my team very offensively. And I'm just going all in this week, right? We got Empoleon with the weakness policy, running agility 3 attacks. A very Chinese EV spread defensive set, but also if we get weakness policy activated, it's super strong. And so this allows us to tank a Earthquake from Iron Treads, getting a weakness policy boost, agilitying up and surfing everything, which is going to do really good damage. Flash Cannon's great damage as well. And then we have Ice Beam, which is great because, we'll be able to OHKO Dragapult. I don't think Flash Cannon can at +2. Maybe it can, I'm not sure, but Ice Beam is just like guaranteed OHKO. Also great versus the Shaman. And we have enough speed to outrun Dragapult at +2 speed. Torrent super useful because, like I said, we can get into range of Torrent because of our investment. So, like, for example, we can take an Earthquake from Iron Treads, or like a really strong Chiyu hit, or maybe we can also take like a Discharge and stuff, a Thunderbolt from Rotom, etc. We'll be able to do all that with this EV spread and more, and then activate policy and do a lot of damage back. Now we have Raging Bolt I just put with AV. I think it's going to be really great because we have a Chiyu matchup, and this also covers things like the Rotom. It can take a hit from from Galarian Articuno, from Shaman, his special attackers mainly, and so I'm running Dragon Tail because I need to for Deoxys defense, which could be Cosmic Power. Very big threat versus my team is a Cosmic Power Deoxys or a Calm Mind Sword Power Deoxys. Really bulky, so if I can send it flying, I will. Body Press is great for Iron Treads and Chiyu and stuff like that, and yeah, just Discharge, Thunderclap I think are pretty useful with enough speed to outrun Azumarill. Now I have the Mew. And so this is a really cool setup Mew, right? Calm Mind Agility, first time I'm bringing the stored power set, and I feel like it's about that time. We're running a Chinese EV spread here, which after an agility will be faster than Booster Energy Iron Treads, which is great because it also outruns like Choice Scarf Chiyu and things below that as well after an agility. Great bulk as well. So the Spadef allows us to, after re-agility, if we Calm Mind, we can survive from full HP a Choice Specs Dark Pulse. And naturally we'll survive the Choice Scarf one as well. Enough defense so that we can sponge knockoffs and stuff like that here and there. Really good mon overall to do that with, and special attack is good too. Special attack can just OHKO stuff after policy activation or agility Calm Mind. Strong sets, what else do we have here? Toadscruel, which is there with Spore. 3 attacks. This was a last minute change here where I put Spore and Rocky Helmet. Initially I was running AV Mirror Coat, which is an option, but I do like Spore because it nullifies one of his Pokemon, like especially if he brings in like Rotom with Nasty Plot, I can bring this mon in. Or like for example Deoxys, if he tries to go for like Spikes or whatever, I can bring this in and Spore his potential Spin Block with Dragapult. So that could be an option, or just Spore a Rotom, which is annoying, or any kind of mon like that. It's pretty good. Enough speed to outrun, I just set this for like modest Chiyu benchmark, but it outruns naturally the Rotom, Okidogi, things like that. So pretty cool. Overall, good bulk and sponges a bunch of hits, does a little bit of damage here and there. But yeah, the main role is to put stuff to sleep and remove hazards and chip with Rocky Helmet. Next, we got Annihilate. So Annihilate, this is a set that I've been changing around a lot. It used to be Choice Scarf, then it was Bulk Up Resto Chest, now it's Stealth Rocks. And I think Stealth Rocks are really great because it chips things down for our sweepers to put in the work. Because with Agility Mew and Agility Empoleon and also Agility Farigiraf as well, as you can see, I'm running the Agility sweeping sets, 2 weakness policies, right? So yeah, like the additional hazards are great. Resto Chesto is wonderful because if we, take a lot of damage, we can heal up. Especially good versus like Okidogi Poison or Wisp from Rotom or any kind of burn, things like that. It sponges Iron Treads really well. It's great with that. Now, this move here, I was running Drain Punch before, then I switched to Bulk Up, then I switched to Encore. Encore, I think, is nice because, so I remember while testing, I was in with Raging Bolt, I body pressed Iron Treads, and it had like weakness policy, and that was like one set, another set was like Iron Defense. There was an Iron Defense body press set. I was like, oh shoot, I gotta run Encore for his potential setup, which I think, he has a lot of potential setup for things like, maybe Azu's Belly Drum or, I'm not sure actually. Like, there's I guess the Cosmic Power Deoxys is annoying, and the Iron Treads is annoying too. Like, encoring it is great because there was a scenario where I encored Iron Treads into Earthquake after Iron Defensed up, and then I broke through its defense because Rage Fist boosted up. So, like, that was a test game that I had. So I think Encore is nice. I only really need Rage Fist because he doesn't have a normal type on his team, and so it all builds up if I can just heal up any kind of damage I take. So that's why I'm running it. Enough speed for Azu and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a really, really bulky set. Finally, Farigiraf, and this was another last second minute change, I guess. I was running Citrus Berry, but then I was getting flinched by Dark Pulse and paralyzed by Discharge and things like that, so I put in Covert Cloak so that I don't get haxed. I'm hoping I don't get haxed, and so that's like kind of my anti-hax measure on this Pokemon. Now, I will lose a little HP, but I will get more opportunities to set up versus mons like Rotom Fan, and before I Terra into Water type. And Water Terra I think is great in this matchup because it's good against the Chiyu, Iron Treads, and stuff like that. Resistant to the Azu's Liquidation, Water Stabs, and stuff like that. And the Shaman, I have Sap Sipper and stuff like that too. And yeah, good mon overall with Agility, Calm Mind, Psyshock, and Terra Blast. Very strong as well. Very defensive, but also kind of builds up in power with the Calm Minds. And yeah, that's going to be the team for finals. Hopefully it will get us to the finish line to win. But either way, we are at the finish line. So whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to bring, like, these are members that kind of had a lot of value throughout the season. I wish I could fit Flygon as a 7th member, but I kind of feel like I need these mons. Like, Toedscruel is good support. If I brought Flygon was a mon that I was thinking about bringing over Toedscruel, and I was trying it out, but Toedscruel's support is just so good for what it does with Rapid Spin to remove hazards and just sporing things. I think it's super useful. And yeah, like Mew, Raging Bolt, and Empoleon I had to bring. That's why it's like the first member. I built around Empoleon for this team because of what it did in quarterfinals and semifinals. It put in so much work, so I had to build around it. And then Raging Bolt is, last time I'm going to use Raging Bolt for a long time, so had to bring that. Mew is great, as always. Toedscruel support, like I said. Annihilate is like the first mon that I picked up, so had to bring that. And then, yeah, Farigiraf is a great Terra Captain. So that's my team. Let's see how it does, and hopefully we can win. I'll see you all for the battle starting soon. Well, this is the end, everyone. The end of the line. Whatever happens, win or lose, I hope you all had a great time this season. We've had some of the best Draft League games imaginable, especially for this season's playoffs. It has been a crazy journey. And between myself and Uzi, only one of us can be crowned the winner. So let's see who it's going to be. Uzi, of course, has the most broken team of all. As you saw from the team builder, it's going to be a very difficult battle. But before we get into it, please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. There's another Draft League in the works behind the scenes. We're about halfway done drafting now. So if you enjoy the content, there is more coming soon. And I'll give more details on that towards the end of this video, so that you all can be even more excited for more Draft League content coming soon. But fun fact, Uzi was the first spot in the drafting process for this league. I was the last spot in the draft, so that's the power of wheel picks, as both of us are in finals. And it seems like we found him, so yeah, let's see what he decides to bring. I'm very, very curious. Extremely curious on what he decides to bring here. So he's got the Dragapult, Azumarill, Alolan Persian, Iron Treads, Galarian Articuno, and Deoxys Defense. Okay, so no Rotom Terra Captain, no Rotom Fan Terra Captain, which is very interesting because I did face more Rotom Terra Captain than I did Galarian Articuno Terra Captain while testing. Granted, of course, I didn't have as much time to test as Uzi did because I've been on vacation for like 5 days. But I hate to say it, I did not test it all versus Alolan Persian, which is interesting. I don't think it's going to be an issue because I don't have a lot of physical attackers on my team. I have like more special attacking sweepers, so if it's like a foul play set, it's probably going to be fine to deal with, but it's still an annoying Pokemon to have because I do have both of my psychic type sweepers on my team. But I do think that leading with Annihilate is probably my best play because in my mocks I was just leading with it and setting up stealth rocks just to get early rocks in the game for early chip, which I think is going to be really good overall. Alternatively, I could lead something else because he doesn't have Chi-Yu and stuff like that. He actually didn't bring the Chi-Yu as well, which is interesting. So I do think Annihilate is still great just because I can get up my rocks and kind of go from there. Like if he leads Iron Treads, it's a pretty good spot. If he leads Dragapult, I don't get knocked out by any one move, even if he's choice specs. So this should be fine. This should be fine to start off with, and let's just go from there and see what happens. But I have a lot of sweeping potential in this game, so it just depends on what we can activate first and how far it'll get us. Alright, he decides to challenge me. This may or may not be his first mistake, it could be mine. He did end my run last time, so hopefully this time will be different. But he leads Deoxys, and so I'd assume if he leads Deoxys, it could just be Spikes. The other set that I faced while testing was a Cosmic Power set. It is Spikes, okay, cool. And that's perfectly fine. I do have Rapid Spin Toedscruel, and if he tries to Spin Block, I can Spore whatever Mon he tries to go into, which can help me with my setup potential. Gonna go Toedscruel here, I think is my play. Worst case, he'd Teleport on this turn, but best case, he just Spikes again and I get a Spore off on something, so it should be good. Yeah, I did face a variant like this. It was like Spikes, Teleport, some other stuff. Psychic Noise, Knockoff. There's a couple options you could have on it. Although I'm hoping he doesn't have random Ice Beam, because that's a potential as well, but I don't think he would, as none of my opponents while I was testing had Ice Beam, so it should be fine. So let's see what he goes for here. He goes for the Teleport, okay. Alright, so he switches out. He gets to switch initiative here, which is good for him. You know, there's a spike on my side, but there's also a rock on his side too, so both of us will be taking some kind of chip here and there, which is always nice, depending on which Mons he has that has heavy duty boots. But I feel like with the investment that I have, I should be able to Spore anything on his team, except for maybe if he goes like Azu or something like that. I don't think he would, but that would suggest Ice Spinner. I'm trying to think of the possible moves he has on his team that can Oko me. I don't think Dragapult can Oko me with anything. Not even like a Choice Banded U-turn or whatever. Maybe Darts, I'm not sure though. I have like a good amount of investment in HP, some defense, Spadef, this and that. So he goes Dragapult, okay. And so it does take rocks, which means that it's not boots. And so it could be Dragon Dance, it could be Banded, it could be a bunch of things, right? But for me, I don't think it's best for me to switch out, because it gives him, first of all, it gives him spike damage and free damage with an attack. So I do think maybe I have to stay in. Maybe I do. I don't think it would be sacking it. I don't think it would be. Like, Bandit doesn't make too much sense versus my team because he has to make too many predictions. So I feel like Spore is just the best play overall. If I could put this thing to sleep, that could be really good later on. And I don't think it's worth getting damage on anything else. So let's Spore here. Let's just do it. Darts. Okay, let's see how much it does. That doesn't seem banded. Yeah, it doesn't seem banded at all. And good night to you. So let's see if it's Lumberry or Chestoberry or whatever. It's not. Great. Wonderful. I think we could try to activate... I could go Annihilate here, which is not a bad play just to get Rage Fist damage, but I think we could activate like Annihilate or something. I'm tempted to activate either Annihilate or Farigiraf. I don't think Mew is what we'd activate right now, but I feel like maybe we could activate the Empoleon. I feel like we can. Because let's think, if he doubles, right? Or if he stays and he's asleep. If I go Empoleon, he can't really do anything to me immediately. Maybe the best thing he can do is like Thunderbolt or Thunder or something like that, and I get a weakness policy boost. But if he switches, if he goes Treads, I switch out into Annihilate. I'm gonna go Empoleon. Let's see what happens. Switches out here, okay. What does he go into? The Magician, that is gonna be Galarian Articuno. Okay, this is going to be very interesting because this is Terra Captain, and he can activate my weakness policy if he's Terra fighting. Okay, this is going to be really interesting. He didn't take any... So, he took rocks damage, right? Which means he's not heavy duty boots on this. So, I don't know what it could be, but I feel like we just agility here. If it's Specs, that could be annoying. But if it's not Specs, we should survive. And... get our weakness policy boost, get an agility boost, and probably knock him out. So it is Terra fighting, right? So let's see how much this does. Please survive. Empoleon. Ooh, nice. Okay, so it's not choice specs. Weakness policy boost is gonna be quite cool. Yeah, we're bringing a lot of fun stuff this finals. A lot of fun stuff. So agility, weakness policy, offensive Empoleon this week. And so now, let's do some calcs here. Let's check the calcs. We know this is not choice specs, right? We know that for a fact. And, oh wow. So, I mean, I don't have very much special attack investment at all. And Torrent boosted Surf does like a minimum of 100. Torrent boosted Surf does like a minimum of 100%, which I think is going to be really, really strong. Now the question is, would he switch out into a Azumarill? Because then I could Flash Cannon to predict, but maybe it's not needed. Just because +2 weakness policy Surf, Torrent boosted, is going to destroy this Mon. And even Oswald in the switch, right? It takes rocks in this, it's going to do a lot. I guess he could preserve this, but I mean, now it's a fighting type. I have my Farigiraf and Mew, which can probably deal with this easily. Yeah, it's going to be destroyed now. What? Wait, no. Wait, huh? How did that live? How did that live? I'm +2 Torrent boosted Surf. How did that live? Oh, no, he's like AV or something. He's gotta be AV. He's gotta be some Chinese AV or something like that. Come on. That's so whack. Oh, Empoleon almost had it. Empoleon could have like at least done like a lot. Azumarill would not have even knocked it out with Aqua Jet from that range. How did that? What the? Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's a good set. That's a good set for sure. My +2 Torrent boosted Surf because he's AV on that thing. That's crazy. I think we can set up with Farigiraf. I don't want to go Mew just yet. Just because of the stupid Persian. If he boosts my policy, then Persian's Foul Play probably does more, so I don't want to do that just yet. I think Farigiraf for now is going to be the play. And I think we can just... I think Agility up here is the play. But... yeah, let's Agility up. I'm still like so shocked by that set. Survived my Surf. Like, the reason I took the hit was because of my investment, but then at the same time, the reason he survived was probably because I didn't have much special attack investment, but still, that's +2 Torrent boosted. And he hits his Hurricane too, so that's annoying. But at least we get an Agility off here, which is good. Imagine if he missed the Hurricane, that would have been so good. But unfortunately, not fortunate. Unfortunately, unfortunate. But at least we'll knock this out, so that'll be good. That was a huge turn. Wow. That, now Now I really want to try Galarian Articuno as a Terra Captain. It seems actually really good. It seems really, really cool. The thing with like a fist on its head, look at that. That actually is pretty cool. Okay, but this mon's gone, that's good. I feel so bad for Empoleon. Literally got me to finals with its survivability. I mean, it survived this one too, but now Articuno showing off its own survivability. So he goes into the Deoxys. Now, I want to assume the reason he went into it is because he probably has knockoff. I think I want to Calm Mind here, but I feel like I might have to Terra Calm Mind. Because if he is knockoff, I'll obviously take a lot more here. This is, of course, you know, very, very situational. He could be knockoff. He could be, I don't know what else he could be. He might just go into it to try to get up more hazards or whatever, or stall me out. But I would think he spikes plus knockoff and teleport. So I think I am going to Terra and just Calm Mind here. I think that is my play. I feel like that's the play. Yeah, if he is knockoff, I survive like 2 of those, I guess. Hopefully he doesn't forget I'm a normal type and go for like Nightshade or something. Something crazy. So get the Calm Mind off here. So now at least we'll be able to do some pretty decent damage. I kind of wish I had Citrus Berry, because I was switching back and forth between Covert Cloak and Citrus Berry. Citrus Berry would have been so much better in this scenario because I would have been healthier. And it was like a last minute change too. Covert Cloak was helpful versus Dark Pulse Flinch and Discharge Paras from Rotom, which is why I had it in the first place, but Citrus would have been way better, which is what I was running before. Citrus plus Sap Sipper. I had to run Sap Sipper for the Shaman potential matchup, but I survived too, like I thought. And I can Terra Blast again, I think, is the play. That's annoying though. You test and you realize like you're weak to certain things and you just change stuff, but then you realize that the stuff you changed was actually better than the stuff you changed too. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. So Deoxys is super weak now. Now, we know that he has Spikes, Knockoff, Teleport. I feel like maybe if his last move is Recover, I could either go into Raging Bolt. No, I could go Mew. What if I go like... What if I go... Can't Rapid Spin right now. I don't want him to... I don't want him to get a Recover off if I try to Rapid Spin with this. Maybe he knocks off Mew. Maybe he knocks off Mew. He sponged it super, super well. So I feel like perhaps he's not much invested into speed, which means if I get an Agility off here, I'm looking really, really good with an Agility plus a Calm Mind. I feel like I could do that. An Agility plus a Calm Mind would be so, so good. I think I could do it right now, probably. Oh, he's Fast Taunt. Oh, ugh. He's Fast Taunt on this thing. Not good. Not good. Not good. Damn. I see. Like, I don't think Toedscruel would have knocked it out with its moves. Maybe it would have. It's hard to say, because +1 Farigiraf was doing that much, right? With its Stab Terra Blast. But maybe it would have knocked it out. But so he's gonna obviously knock off here. So at least in this case, I can get a little chip on it. A little chip. And he survives on 1. Oh no. Oh no, this stupid Deoxys is so annoying. I need to like get rid of this Mon without losing too much HP on my Mons. So obviously, he's Taunt plus Knockoff plus Spikes and Teleport, which means he can't recover, right? So would it be better for him to get up another Spike here or to knock off my item? I feel like maybe a Thunderclap because he wants to knock off my... Let's say, for example, I'm an item that is bad for him. Maybe he wants to knock off my item so that he can... capitalize on it with another Pokemon. But then again, he might just Spike. Maybe I should have just attacked. Maybe I should have just attacked here. This might be a misplay, potentially. But I don't think it's going to be that bad. I feel like he's going to knock off here. But now I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, maybe I should have thought this turn out. Does he not knock? Yeah, I think he's just going to Spikes and Spikes over and over. Which is like, it's not bad, but yeah, it's not ideal. I just didn't want my Raging Bolt item gone. But then again, what do I need my AV for? He has Iron Treads plus Azumarill. Yeah, because that was a misplay. That was a misplay. That was a misplay. Unfortunate. Yeah, first of all, I didn't expect his speed to be that high. Second of all, I didn't expect his Mons to be living my attacks. But that is Deoxys defense. Fun fact, I was actually torn on getting Mew and Deoxys defense. I might have had that Mon on my team, but I chose Mew, and I really like Mew a lot for what it can do. This was, you know, the initial drafting of this team. But he got an extra Spike up. That's a little annoying, but I don't think it's going to be that bad because I'm pretty sure my Annihilate can still switch in and survive 2 Earthquakes. Because I EV this very, very defensively, very bulky. Let's see what he goes for. He goes for probably Earthquake, right? It has to be Earthquake. Yep, indeed. Yeah, I survive another one comfortably. I'll go for the rest. I wish I didn't fumble on that Spike turn. You got an extra Spike up. But like as you can see, you know, it's not really impacting too much right now. But still, it's a little annoying. So maybe if he stays in to try to Earthquake me again, and I get the rest off, it's gonna be really, really good. He switches. Oh, okay. So I'm going back to full health now, which is cool. That's the Dragapult, right? I believe. Yes, it is. Okay, so he's gonna sack Dragapult. That's awesome. Yeah. So I mean, Spore was also kind of a last-minute change on my team, or last second change, I should say. And it's definitely paying off because renders one of his Mons kind of useless. Which is great. Get to wake up now, and I get to Rage Fist to knock this Pokemon out. So yeah, he can't switch out here, which is great. Great for us. I wish I had bulk up on this thing. Bulk up would have been really good over Encore. While testing, I faced a Iron Defense, Iron Treads, so that's why I put Encore on it. Also, it's pretty good for Cosmic Power Deoxys. But bulk up would have been so good here from this point. There's a lot I could have just brought, but yeah, it's like literally, you know, you realize that when you play that there's a lot of stuff you could have brought instead. But we knock out Dragapult, which is good. So it really is going to come down to Mew in the end. And I guess Raging Bolt. Because we're up against a Azumarill, Iron Treads, Persian. So literally 3v3 right now, right? So not bad. I can't switch. Like, I can't really go Mew, and I can't go Raging Bolt. So I think I just have to Rage Fist here to get as much damage as possible. And it's gonna really come down to Mew in the end, I think. That did nothing. So he's like very defensive. Yeah, he's like, I mean, he's pretty bulky. That's gotta be really bulky. He has 100 power Rage Fist. I think he's gonna Aqua Jet here. Right? So what I think I do is, if I go Raging Bolt first, right? I know that Annihilape's gonna die, but I could save it as a sack. If he Aqua Jets here, it doesn't matter anyways, right? So I think my best play is to go into Raging Bolt first. I always discharge so I can try to force out Azu. Or something. I could body press here, but I don't think it's worth making the read right now, just because it's probably not going to do too much to Treads anyway. So, and if he stays in, then you know it's good for him. But I think we always discharge here anyways, just in case he tries to stay in and outplay. Switches out, that's fine. I mean, that's perfectly fine. Because now he goes Treads. Then I sack Annihilate, go Mew, and Agility up. I survive any attack from this thing. I have a lot of HP and decent amount of defense on Mew. So we sack Annihilate. Sack Annihilate here, go Mew. I mean, this is a tough team that we're up against, though. This is a very tough team. A lot of threats. A lot of annoying Pokemon. Okay, so Annihilate sacked. Azu's at about 50. A little less when it comes in, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, now we go Mew. And Agility up. We could still potentially win this. Hurt by the spikes, annoying, but you know, it is what it is. Let's Agility up here. It's Mew versus the world now. It is Mew versus the world. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very, very tough. Yeah, Iron Treads is annoying, but I mean, it does. I think it dies to a. We know it's heavy duty boots. It's not AV, so it should die to like an Earth Power if we're boosted enough. He switches. Ooh, we might have a chance. What does he go into actually? Oh, I haven't seen that. Is it the Persian? Yo, is he choking? Wait, is he actually choking? He's gonna foul play and boost me. Wait a second. My Muse, I made it minus attack, 0 IV, so wait a second, is he choking? Let me Earth Power once. I'm not gonna calm mine just yet. I Earth Power into Earth Power, I think always. Yeah, so it dies on the +2 boost. Let's see how much this does. Oh, if I was just a little healthier. I think Azu's Jet can do it, but oh, if I was just a little healthier. Because I know that Azu is Rocky Helmet, right? Not Banded. Oh, shoot, I might have actually won this game. Fun fact about Alolan Persian. Alolan Persian is actually a regular Persian with its wisdom teeth removed, which is why it has the puffy face. Because of that, it lacks the wisdom. Coming in and going for the foul play was interesting. Very, very not a great play. Oh, yeah, now I'm super regretting letting those spikes get up. Like the extra spike. Or switching in Mew. Yeah, I would have been out of range of Aqua Jet if those sequence of plays happened. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, now I've lost to Treads. If that happened, if my Mew was healthier, I actually won the game right then and there. I'm pretty sure I did. That's crazy. That's a crazy turn. Like, that just happened. The foul play literally boosted me. Yeah, but I mean, it's a 1-0 now, which I think all the playoff games, if I'm not mistaken, have been 1-0s, right? This one is just not in my favor, but still. Yeah, Tread's gonna do it. GG, bro. GG, bro. Yo, Uzi almost choked this whole game away. And it was literally my mistake by letting the extra round of spikes go up. Or I guess switching in Mew on the turn before. I should not have switched it in. There's like that little kind of mid-game fumble where I let Mew take an extra round of spikes. It's super hindsight though, right? Of course, but I could not have imagined those turns happening and that extra spike damage being the cause of me not winning. That's crazy. Mew would have definitely been healthier, and it would have survived the Aqua Jet because it's not a choice banded Azumarill, it's a Rocky Helmet Azumarill. Oh, I might have won this game. Okay, that kind of that stings a little bit. That stings a little bit because of those like end game sequences though. That is just that's annoying. But I mean, still, it was a good game though. It was a good game nonetheless. It was an uphill battle for me just because I think his team was better in my opinion. I brought a lot of things that I thought could catch him off guard, but he ended up living stuff, which was not what I wanted, and I legitimately could have won the game. If my EV spread maybe was a bit more Chinese, or if I just didn't switch into spikes, I actually could have won this game. Still a solid game though. Unfortunately, Evil Emvee has been vanquished once again. I know Uzi put in a lot of work for this finals, and even though I think I deserve to win this, he definitely deserves it too, of course, for all his work, so congratulations, buddy. My story continues on, however, as I'm about halfway done drafting for the next league. We're doing a lower tier season next with a lot of heat underrated Pokemon, so stay tuned for that. I'm about halfway done drafting for that league, and it's going to start relatively soon. I'm really not too bummed about the finals loss for this one, because I got to bring to you all the full amount of videos for the whole season. So, it didn't get cut short anywhere. I am a bit bummed that I could have won this game because of those end sequence turns where if my Mew was just a bit healthier, I would have lived the Aqua Jet and probably won. And yeah, so that is what it is what it is. But now I got something else lined up for you all for draft, which will start relatively soon. So I hope you all are excited for that. A brand new team with some brand new mons, and I'll give a little spoiler, just a tiny spoiler for this. I'm building a team around Raikou, and the reason is because, so if I was gonna win this finals, it would be like I'm carrying the legacy of Raging Bolt, and if I was gonna lose this finals, which I just did, the story is gonna be finding my lost neck. So I have Raikou on my team that I'm trying to build a team around Raikou for this next draft. I think it's gonna be really cool for the lower tier, and it carries Raging Bolts but without the neck, and yeah, so that's gonna be a very fun draft. I hope you all are excited for that coming up soon. And yeah, I just want to give some thanks to my buddy Emil and PokeMMD Joey for all the help this season, for all the testing and stuff like that. It's been very, very helpful. And of course, a shout out to Owen and Chuckle King for the finals help. The additional prep definitely made the difference, I feel. I didn't test as much as Uzi did, for sure, because I was gone like for vacation for like 5 days, and I was hearing that he was testing like every single day, so and it showed, right? Like Uzi prepped super well and played well too, except for that last sequence. That was not it. That was just not it, bro. But other than that, he deserves to be the champion. He deserves it. I almost had it, but that's fine. Let's go over some overall thoughts for this draft, I guess, this one in particular. So I don't think this was one of my best drafts, but I don't think this was one of my worst drafts at all. Like, I feel like this draft that we had was definitely way better than, I don't know, what should I compare it to? I think this draft was way better than my Torkoal draft, for sure, 100%. And I want to put this, I don't know if I should put this, like, my Ursaluna teams, my regular Ursaluna and Blood Moon Ursaluna teams, I do feel were a bit better. I think they were a bit better than this team. So, like, the problem that I had with this team, first of all, was my speed tiers was, like, weird, because I noticed that people could run Adamant and stuff versus me. So then I switched my Mons up so that I could get like just like a jump fluff, which I never brought at all. But it was just for the sake of having that speed tier that I guess maybe might have forced people to run, jolly natures on stuff or timid natures on stuff, or benchmark their speed to be a little higher. And that kind of helped lower the bulk of certain Mons. But yeah, like I definitely think that, this draft had some flaws in particular. Also, I found that the more I played with this team, the less room for error there was. I guess like what I mean by that is I feel like this draft in particular, if I made like 1 or 2 mistakes, it was super hard to recover from those mistakes or to get ahead. Whereas like my Ursaluna team, for example, I could make a mistake here and there, but then I'd have like Terra de Dunsparce, or I'd have like something like Ursaluna or whatever to just be able to keep me on my feet, like grounded, like just solidify my spot. Like I could make 1 mistake, 2 mistakes, 3 mistakes, doesn't matter, and I'd still be on top. I think this team didn't really give me that too much because, yeah, 1 mistake and then I'll be in the back. So I think that's something I have to like think about when building this next upcoming team coming up. So I'll think about that as well. Try to diversify my speeds and here and this and that, and yeah, try to include like some pretty decent like bulky mons as well, and stuff that if I make like a mistake, I'll have room for error and things like that. Because room for error is needed. I mean, we're all human, right? When we're playing, and if the opponent makes a mistake, you should have the necessary tools to capitalize on that. And if you make a mistake, you should also have the necessary tools to keep you in place. So that's what I need to focus on for the next draft league. And yeah, next draft league coming soon, like I said. In terms of the mons itself, Annihilate was decent. I definitely think it put in a lot of work, especially for the Scary Face Annihilate Encore set that I brought, as well as the Custaberry set. Otherwise, it was really good, just general support and stuff like that. Taking hits, doing damage back. Very good mon. Raging Bolt was fantastic. Love that mon. Wish I had a better team to support it with. Pokemon like Mew, Flygon, and Farigiraf were amazing. Love those mons. Flygon, especially in playoffs, was great. Empoleon, oof, love that mon. I would totally draft that mon again as many times as I was able to. If I'm able to, I would totally draft that mon again. I love Empoleon a lot, and it definitely helped me get to finals. It helped carry the team really well. I think another weakness of my team was kind of the ground weakness that I had. I only had Flygon and I guess Toedscruel, so I'm definitely going to patch that up for the next season that I do, is to fix my ground weakness. I really was surprised by Pheasantipity. Pheasantipity was a mon that I don't think is getting a lot of good buzz in the draft scene and stuff like that, but I definitely think that I made it do a lot of good work for this season, so hopefully more people use it and see that. Cleavor was great. Weavile, very disappointed in Weavile. Did not put in as much work as I'd like, and I don't know. I'm not a fan of Weavile. It's just frail. It could miss, and yeah, I probably would not draft that mon again. Personally, it's not really good for my style in particular, but I'm sure with others, it's probably good. And that's all I got for this one. So yeah, like I said, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. It would mean a lot on my journey to 100K. Maybe if I get 100K, I might win. Who knows? Help me out. Let's find out. And yeah, once again, congratulations to Uzi. Great game, brother. I'll be checking out your side as well, and hopefully everyone does too. So with that, I shall see you all on the next video. Peace.